on your Zoom screen to click the clap option. It is my privilege and pleasure to now welcome the presiding officer for today, who is multitasking, multi-talented, very, very thoughtful and sweet and considerate to be multi-hatting, triple-hatting roles for today. So it gives me immense pleasure. Let us all welcome with a thunderous applause the presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Brijesh. Over to you, Toastmaster Brijesh.
Good morning, everyone. A very happy Sunday to everyone. I know today is not the ice cream day, but I would still want all of you to enjoy one ice cream. Just give me a moment. I'll admit, Amit. Yeah, sorry. So we started our discussion with this movie discussion, Oppenheimer versus Barbie. So I want to thank every one of you while the world is busy deciding whether it's Oppenheimer or Barbie, but you all have decided to come and attend this Toastmasters meeting of ours because every one of you know, right? Movie is for entertainment. Yes, you also get some knowledge, but coming to Toastmasters meeting, you'll become a better public speaker, you'll become a better leader. So thank you for choosing this option and allowing us this opportunity to present a wonderful Toastmasters meeting for all of you. And today our host, or as we call our Toastmaster of the day, is a special person. She's a visiting Toastmaster. She's joined us for a couple of meetings and is excited enough to be the Toastmasters of the day for today. And she has a very special theme as well. I would want her to reveal it and not break the ice on what our theme is. So everyone, a round of applause. Let us welcome Toastmasters Kokila for her team mod role. Over to you, Toastmaster Kokila.
A very good morning to everyone. Hope I am audible. Yeah. Today I am very excited to perform the role of Toastmaster of the Day. A very brief introduction by the Toastmaster Brijesh about the topic, the theme of today's session. Today's session is a very special session because from childhood itself, we are pursuing this education. The whole world is today in stress because everyone wants to impart education, the best education to the children. Everyone is in this rat race of achieving international. We have seen in the metropolitan cities, there are so many boards where so many international schools and so much chaos is there in the minds of the children. When the parents understand the children, it is very late for the children and they have to survive with all the stress. A thought came to me that this all education we are accumulating from the childhood itself, what is the end of education? So instead of me giving you the answer, like a round robin question, I have put this question, everyone will get a 20 seconds to answer. We start with Toastmaster Sudha Warrior. What do you feel that what should be the end of education? The end product of education? Toastmaster Sudha Warrior.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Wow, I think I'm a absolute sucker for education. And I think once I finish my corporate role, I think I want to spend a lot of time on that field to try and help people who cannot afford the privileged class of education. And I personally think that it's a big, what do you say, a weapon to improve the society. And I think the way it is being used today is trying to get them ready for a good job, a profession, and get them how you can mint dollars and rupees. Of course, that should be a part of education, no doubt. But I think we should start also including things like, how do you become a good citizen of the country? How do you ensure that you protect public property? How do you respect people of different caste and culture? Those are all the things which I think is not included in society, in the education system today. And I think I firmly believe that if it starts very early, then we will probably reach a place where we can all be happy that yes, it came from our education system. And there will be one common link amongst Indians. The problem today is there is no common link amongst all of us, because we come from diverse backgrounds, we speak diverse languages, we are from different faith and beliefs, but at least there should be something which kind of binds us together. So that's my take. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha Warrior. It is really true that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, says Nelson Mandela. And today's education is lacking behind in something what we understood from the ma'am Toastmaster Sudha, that job-oriented education is a part of the academic excellence. But what is lacking is the moral values which are lacking in our prevalent education system. Now I request the timer that after 20 seconds, this is just for 30 seconds. They should not speak more than 30 seconds. I have Toastmaster Mohammed Arbaz raising his hand. Would you like to share your thoughts on what is the end of education?
Yes, definitely. Actually, when I hear this term education, two things come to my mind. First is human capital, and second is human development. What is human capital? Human capital treats people as an ends to a mean, as a means to an end. For example, if you invest in your education and you don't end up getting a good job, it's a complete waste of your resources. That is human capital. And what is human development, which I personally am inclined towards this concept, the latter concept. Human development treats people as an end in themselves. For example, even if you don't get a job, education is a basic right which each and every individual is entitled to get. And what Sudha ma'am pointed out, that we need some common ideals which binds people of all faith, binds people of all diverse background together to cherish common and noble values. And that document we already have, that we adopted way back in the year 1950, that is known as the Constitution of India. But the rather problem is most of us don't know what is there in the Constitution of India.
Yes, rightly said. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Arbaz, for your intake on this end of education. This education also brings many other aspects of our life, develops our personality also. And when we belong to this country, we have to abide by the rules of this country. The zonal laws also acquire, we have to perform the roles according to what our constitution. The value of patriotism is the first and foremost in every individual. Table topic master Raviraj Kamble, would you give an insight on what should be the end of education?
I feel that education for a child should be the overall development of the child, not only in studies. Like today, education is focused more on studies. Like when you get to 10th grade, everybody forces the child to study very hard for 10th grade, then take like science or commerce, any stream. And in science, so there is a lot of hard work, like I feel, for 11th and 12th, and after that degree in engineering that we pursue, or in medical. But what I feel is education should not be only studies, but also we should teach some sports and some other extracurricular activities like public speaking to a child for his or her overall development, so that after pursuing his or her degree, which we all pursue nowadays, we also get some other qualities which differentiates us from other crowd of people. So that's what I feel education should be.
Yes, truly predicted that. Along with the scholastic areas, we have the core scholastic areas for an all-round development and integrated personality of an individual. There, the academic curriculum is trying to enforce this education so that a subject is already kept, a value education, moral science we have studied in that. But that is for just passing off the examination, getting full 50 marks in those papers. And being a post-scholastic area, so the parents are least concerned about this. Now the question arises that today I have sent my son to Pune for his academic performance at the Engineering University, MIT PU University. There he is pursuing his engineering for the first year. He has completed his first year in computer engineering. I am separated from my husband. My husband is working in Oman and I have to come here because I have a fear that whether my son will be able to adjust in that new environment. He is having grudges. Hostel is not good. The food is not good. Till grade 12, we have imparted the best education in him. We have sent him to, we have done our best. We as a parents, we feel that we have given him all the whatever we could do, we have provided him. Then at this juncture, there is a fear in myself as well as my husband that why have we both to separate and I have to take care of him at this juncture? Why have that confidence not built in parents itself as well as that child who is now going to meet the world? Though we know that whenever there is a transition happening from a country like a peaceful country, Oman, to India, it is not so easy for the child to adjust. But after spending 1 year also, if there are grudges and if the child is not, then I blame that somewhere something in the education system or as a parent, somewhere something is wrong in myself or what was the problem in the system there. We will reflect it and the guest today, Mitesh has not is he is the guest. Being I'm
Oh,
new to
he's
the
a
club.
Yes, I've been to your meetings quite a few times. I've already delivered a speech in the month of May as well at your
Yeah,
club often. Thank you. I'm from Bombay Toastmasters.
yes. Mitesh, could you share a few words on what do you believe that the end of education should be?
I think it should be all skill based uh, rather than rather than focusing on education. It should be more of skill based
Yes, truly
creativity.
predicted. Practical performance. The practicality is more to be judged in the today's
Exactly.
revolution in education is required.
Thank you.
Anirudh, uh, I met Anirudh last Sunday in Goregaon Toastmaster Club, and there I had told him to attend few sessions online. He is new to Toastmaster, and last Sunday was his first meeting in personal. And today, as a guest, he has been joined in our club. So, welcome, Toastmaster guest Anirudh. We are talking about the prevalent education system, and according to us, there is lacking in the prevalent education system. We believe that the end of education should be what? What should be the end of education?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me here, ma'am. And can you come again regarding the question?
Yeah, the education system prevailing,
Yes.
the present education system. What do you feel should be the end product of the prevalent education system? The
Yes. So, as others have suggested, even I feel the current education system should move towards skill training rather than textbook training. So the curriculum should involve more programs and classes which are more focused on hands training of any particular type of a job or be it even a subject. So let's say if someone is being taught about a computer, they should have more classes on actually working on the computer, understanding how to use a computer and the current technologies and tools that are being developed. So that's what I feel. We should focus more on making the students being job ready so that they when they go out in the market they're able to grab internships easily, and that is ultimately going to help the corporate world also because they have workforce, that is young workforce, which are already trained with at least some basic skills. So that's how I think the education system would help the students as well as the corporate players.
Yes, thank you very much, Anirudh.
Thanks,
And
man.
here we end the round robin round. It is people come here, the Toastmasters get an insight of the theme and they themselves share. So we have an interactive session in the beginning itself. Now let's move on to the role players. Along with the Toastmaster of the day, there are role players who help me in smooth, in a smooth way of moving about our session. The first Toastmaster, the first role player is the grammarian. Toastmaster Brijesh is having a dual role of grammarian as well as a timer. So first he will introduce about the role of a grammarian. Over to you, Toastmaster Brijesh.
Thank you, Toastmasters Kokila. Everyone, a very good morning to all of you again. Today, I'm taking multiple responsibilities, as you all know. One of the responsibility that I'm picking up is the role of grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to the language and their usage. I'll take note of correct usage of words and not so correct usage as well, and will come up with recommendations on how to improve that. Along with this, as a grammarian, it is also my duty to share the word of the day. So going with the theme, today's word of the day, which I have chosen, is novice. I'll share that in the chat window as well. Novice is someone who is at a beginner level in a particular skill or at a particular or for a particular role. So usage of this word in building a sentence is I, as Brijesh Shah, have chosen Toastmasters as a platform to transform myself from a novice speaker to a TEDx level speaker. Another way to use it is at beginner, everyone is novice, but with dedication and effort, you can master the skill. It could be whichever skill you would want. I would request everyone, whenever any participant or a tag role player uses the word of the day, you can show a silent thumbs up, or you can use the clapping emoticons, or you can just click your fingers. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kokila.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh, for a brief introduction of the R counter role and giving a very apt word of the theme novice. Education, imparting education brings a novice, will change a person to a developed soul. We have another speaker, R counter, Toastmaster Samarth Soni.
Hello everyone. I am the R counter for the day, and this is my first time, so I'm quite novice at this job, and this is my first day as a member of this club, and I will be counting all the R's and all the filler words during all the speeches of the prepared speeches and the table topics, and I will make a count such as and all the filler words like but, like, so, okay, and also phrases like okay, so, etc. So I will keep a count on the Excel sheet and I will present it at the end of the meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Kokila.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samarth Soni. Now we all have to be in the session. We have to speak for a time which is allotted to us. Timing is very important in our Toastmaster meeting. So beginning of the session till the end, all the speech segments also should abide by a certain time limit. For that, our timer, Toastmaster Brijesh, will lay down the rules. Let's welcome Toastmaster Brijesh for the timing rules.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kokila. Everyone, be it in cricket or in life, timing is very important. If we miss it, we reduce the impact of what we are trying to do. Similarly, in a Toastmasters meeting, the timing, adhering to the timing guidelines is very important. Today, as a timer, it is my duty to time the prepared speeches, evaluations, table topic sessions. As a timer, I'll have three color cards to help me do my job: green card, yellow card, and red card. Today, we have one prepared speech. So for the prepared speech, the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. I'll show green card at the end of 5 minutes. I'll show yellow card at the end of 6 minutes, and I'll show red card at the end of 7 minutes. We have a 30-second grace period or a buffer time at both the ends. Allow me a moment to share my screen and show you the timing cards. So I'm sharing my screen with you. That's the green card, which you will see. That will be the yellow card. And that will be the red card. I would urge every participant to let me know if they are able to see the timing card before they start their speech or before they start their table topic session. If not, I can help you with the timing cards. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster Kokila.
Thank you, timer, Toastmaster Brijesh. I hope all the timing rules are clear because they were explained precisely and it was to the point. Knowledge lets you indulge with learned people, giving a boost to your personality and character. Besides providing you with an opportunity to be a better at every task, it can enhance your decisions and set a better perception of your personality. So, an optimistic, holistic approach is required, and that is the first end product of an education system. We move ahead with our first session of speech, where the speaker of the day, Toastmaster Arbaz, will be speaking on the pathway L1P3, dynamic leadership, L1P3. His speech title is Whatever Happens, Happens for the Good. Before that, we have the evaluator for him, who is the
That's me.
the evaluator, Toastmaster Sudha Warrior, for the speaker. The evaluator will lay down the guidelines for the speaker of the day. Toastmaster Sudha Warrior, evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. So today I will be evaluating the speaker, Toastmaster Arbaz, for his level 1 project 3 speech on the pathway of dynamic leadership. The purpose is to use vocal variety and body language. So basically, if I go through the evaluation form, it says the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. He is definitely, he should be aware of his intentional and unintentional movement and body language, so that distracting movements as well as movements that enhance the speech. So he definitely has requested me to look into certain aspects about his speech delivery today that I will definitely make a note of. With that, I would like to wish him all the best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha Warrior. Now we welcome our speaker, Arbaz, with a speech title, Whatever Happens, Happens for Good. Speech title, Whatever Happens, Happens for Good. Toastmaster speaker, Toastmaster Arbaz.
Do you guys know what is this? No, this is not a balloon. This is your expectation. Can you see this? This is not a spoke. This is the reality. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I want you all to think of the time when you just missed a brilliant opportunity. Didn't you blame your destiny for that? Today, I'm going to share with you all something that will make you more receptive and resilient to such eventualities that is not in your hand. So, without wasting much time, I would like to share this thing by narrating you a story. Once upon a time, there lived a king, King Alexander. And don't confuse this with that Alexander the Great of Macedonia, okay? Ours is just plain Alexander. He, one day in his garden, was practicing with his sword. And he somehow hurt his nose. Help, help! He started shouting as blood started oozing out of his nose. It became big and red. Hearing his scream, his Senapati Bansal rushed in to do some first aid to him. While he was dressing his wound, he said, "Oh, my majesty, please do not worry. Whatever happens, happens for good." This statement received an ire from Alexander. He got up in a huff and shouted, "Hey, I am in pain, and on top of that, you are saying it happened for good. Wait, for saying this statement, I'm going to immediately send it to the Kal Potri. That will be a tit for tat for you." And he did this. But surprisingly, when Bansal was being taken away to the Kal Potri, he remarked again, "Whatever happens, happens for good. Ah, you go from here, go from here." The next day, Alexander decided to go for hunting. Usually his Senapati Bansal would accompany him. But today, as he was already in Calgary, Alexander decided to go all alone. By and by, he entered into the deeper pockets of the forest and somehow lost his way. Surprisingly, out of nowhere, he was mysteriously surrounded by a group of aboriginals wearing grasses and pattas from top to toe. One of them said, "It seems that he is the king and he has come here to harm us." "No, no, Baba, I have come here for hunting," replied Alexander. "Yes, hunting us." Saying this, all of them lifted him on their shoulders and said, "Let's take him to our Sardar." Alexander thought he would be dead. Once there, the Sardar appeared, wearing grasses and spokes of all kinds. Alexander thought that he will most probably poke all the spokes into his stomach. But rather, as a reversal of expectation, Sardar said something. "Hey man, whom you have brought today for the lunch? Can't you see that this man is an injured guy? And I construe this thing as against our customs to kill or harm anyone who is already injured. So he is of no use to us. Please set him free." But yeah, his clothes that he's wearing rather looks interesting. So make sure that he hands over all of his clothes to us before he leaves this place. Alexander replied, "Hey man, what are you talking? At least give me something so that I can wear and go back to my palace." They gave him 2 pieces of pattas. Yes. And wearing that 2 pattas, he returned his palace. And this news was soon everywhere. And this news rather made him famous. He was no longer a novice then. He became to be called as Alexander the Great. Once at palace, he immediately thought that he has to seek apologies from Hansel. So he immediately went inside the Calcutta to meet him. Hansel, sorry, dude. You see, you said it right. Whatever happens, happens for good. If my nose had not been hurt, I would have been a part of that soup. Yes, indeed, Hansel replied. And you must also be remembering that while I was being taken away to this Calcutta, again I said, whatever happens, happens for good. Do you know the reason why I said so? Alexander replied, no. Hansel said, you see, usually I accompany you when you go for an hunting expedition. But today, as I was in Calcutta, I could not. So yeah, if I had not been sent here, I would have most probably accompanied you and they would have set you free, but would have held me with them. So for me also, it has turned out to be whatever happens, happens for good. See guys, as human beings, we are naturally inclined towards taking things as against our will, however trivial they might be. Okay, so it assumes importance and it is prudent that we take things with a pinch of salt and remind ourselves that whatever happens, happens for good. And if we think this way, then it will infuse into our already troubled lives a sense of joy, happiness, and satisfaction. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm done with my speech, guys.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Toast, what happened? The speaker one delivered the speech with confidence, isn't it? Let us all give him a big round of applause. Toastmaster Mohammed Arbaz.
Actually, I forgot 30% of my speech, but that's okay.
Your confidence was awesome. Now we have the timing criteria for our speaker, Toastmaster Mohammed Arbaz. Toastmaster Brijesh, please lay down the timing for the speech one by Toastmaster Mohammed Arbaz.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kokila. So Toastmaster Mohammad Arbas qualifies. He took 6 minutes and 44 seconds. And I would want to tell Toastmaster Mohammad Arbas, whatever happens, happens for a good. If you wouldn't have forgetted your 30% of speech, you would have exceeded the time limit. Over to you, Toastmaster Kokila.
Thank you, timer, Toastmaster Brijesh. So all is well. What happens, happens for the good. Now, whenever we travel, we see that after some time, everyone requires a vacation. Even the students are were waiting eagerly that when the rainy day comes and we get a holiday. And last week, all the parents were confused and the parents were having a headache because during the exam time they had a rainy holiday and their exams got it postponed. So the children were very excited that they got a holiday, a rainy holiday in Mumbai, which is a must in the school. And that memories will ever remain in their mind when they become adults. So we all remember our school lives. We are always wanting that when we should go towards the nature. Reverence towards the nature was also there when we used to attend excursions. What is this life full of care? I have no time to stand and stare. William Wordsworth always requests us through his poetic lines that take out some time from your techno savvy life, your And if you want a wellness coach, appoint a wellness coach. But all will tell you that you have to, at the end, go towards the nature. Appreciate the nature, take values from the nature, and regenerate yourself from your busy schedule. You have to bring new ideas and come back again. Our forthcoming session is an speech where the very interesting session for some and very scary for some, where the speech topic will be given to you. You don't know what is the speech topic. That is a table topic master will be giving us a variety of topics. And for today's session, our table topic master, Raviraj Kamble, he is no longer a novice to this club, but a well experienced Toastmaster and is going to present his table topic master skills. Let's all welcome table topic master Raviraj Kamble with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kokila. I welcome you all to this table topic session with me. This is the fun segment of Toastmasters, as rightly said by Toastmaster Kokila, that it is fun for someone and it is scary for someone. But I will sure it will be fun for all of you. This is the segment in which you will be given a topic and impromptu, you need to speak on it for 1 to 2 minutes. And speaking for 1 minute is quite easy. Every one of you can try. And I especially want the new members and the guests to try for it. I have shared the Google Sheets with timer, Toastmaster Bridges. I request him to please share the Google Sheet.
Yes, Toastmaster Raviraj. Just give me a moment. Yeah.
Okay, so the topics are very easy and connected to the theme of the day. So no need to worry about it.
So, table topic master, Toastmaster Raviraj, I would request you before we go start the session, I may give the timing guidelines for table topic session.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. A very good morning once again. For the table topic session, we have 1 to 2 minutes of timing guidelines. So I'll show the green card at the end of 1 minute, yellow card at the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at the end of 2 minutes. For table topic session, we have a 30-second of grace limit only at the higher end. So to qualify for a table topic speech, you have to deliver your speech at least for 1 minute and at max 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Over to you, table topic master, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Bridges. Now I will need some volunteers who will volunteer to go first in this table topic session. So some brave hearts would like to try.
I can go ahead.
Okay, Toastmaster Bridges, which number would you like to choose?
Okay, I'll go with number 9.
Okay.
Let me just fill the color.
So Toastmaster Bridges, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Toastmaster Bridges.
Yeah, just give me a moment. I'll have to stop share and start the timer.
Yes.
Just a minute, guys. I have multiple tabs opened up. So
Yes, we totally understand that you are doing multiple roles today.
yeah. Hello, everyone. The table topic provided to me is, what would be the one superpower you would want to have? If I would be provided a choice of all the superpowers in the world, the superpower I would want is traveling anywhere within a minute. So it is very simple. Today, I am sitting here in Mumbai, but I see the weather is very amazing. I want to attend, some party at Goa, or I want to go and trek the mountains in Himalayas, but I also need to perform so many roles at my Toastmasters meeting, right? If after the completion of meeting at the 1 p.m. Or 1:30 p.m., I set out for traveling, I would end up wasting my Sunday just traveling. But what if I had this magical superpower of traveling anywhere within a minute? My Toastmasters meeting is done. I would just fade away from here and reach the place where I want to go. So I may be at Himalayas, I would trek for the day. Then it's 6 p.m. in the evening. Now it's time to party after the hard work you've done at trekking. So again, fade away from Himalayas, go to Goa, enjoy a beach party. How good it would be. And it's not just about having fun. Imagine you would want to be productive. So I work with a US banking giant. I want to attend all the meetings. So I finish my work. I just fade away from here, go to New York and attend all the meetings in person. You always feel, right? It's so easy. It's so amazing to attend in-person sessions. Imagine we have a Toastmasters meeting and every one of us is a bit lethargic because of weather. So we want online Zoom meetings, but every one of you had this super amazing power to travel in a minute. You'd just fade away from your home at 10:55 and reach the Don Bosco school or Don Bosco boys hostel at 11 a.m. So that is the superpower I believe I should be having. Over to you, table topic master, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Amazing, amazing Toastmaster Brijesh. Yes, I totally agree that this will be a very great superpower, and I also want it. And that's why, because of that, actually, I had a connection with the Doraemon. He has a gadget named Anywhere Door, and that's what I liked it very much, that he can just open a door and go anywhere. So that amazing speech by Toastmaster Brijesh. Yes, Toastmaster Samar, you want to take?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Which number will you choose?
I will go with number 6.
Okay.
Just a minute, guys. I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, so the topic is this: what would you change about the modern school system?
Okay.
Should I start?
Toastmaster Samar, your topic is, what would you like to change about the modern school system? What would you like to change about the modern school system, Toastmaster Samar?
Okay, so thank you for this topic. So I think, as per the current education system, I think that we should have the option to get diversity in our education. So being an engineer myself, I feel that our education system is too much into one specific field. So being a computer engineer, I feel like we don't get the chance to explore topics like, for example, psychology or interpersonal skills, or whatever is happening outside the world. And once we are out for the job, for the actual world, we are given projects which are, let's say we have to make an app for this mental health, but we have no idea what goes in the mind, like what is the psychology, what is called as anxiety or depression. So we have to get in some bit of idea about all the various topics so that we can do our job. I feel that you should do some you should do some uh, uh, you should do some specialization, but you should also know and have the knowledge about everything and anything which might help you or your work professionally. So I think that we shouldn't have this three option like arts, commerce, or science. We should have interlink. Like if I take arts, I can have like maths or physics or anything like that. I can mismatch between all three streams. So we can have the multiple options and to mix and match our own thing. So it should be like more interest based, but not as as a particular stream or branch wise. So thank you. This has to be changing as a modern school system. Thank you.
Very nice, very nice. Very glad to hear your views, Toastmaster Samarth. I also totally agree that we should develop or we should be striving for all-round development and also develop life skills along with our education. And yes, who would like to try next? Toastmaster Sudha, ma'am? Yes, please.
I think
Which-
let Amit go. Amit put his hand up. Amit, please go ahead.
Okay, okay. Toastmaster Amit, go forward and choose your number.
So I'll choose my number 1.
Okay. Toastmaster Amit, your topic is how can a daily gratitude practice can enhance our character and overall well-being? How can a daily gratitude practice can enhance our character and overall well-being? Toastmaster Amit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raviraj. It's a very good topic given to me. Gratitude is something which you like feel and express for someone, which will actually enhance your bonding with someone and your characteristics. Like gratitude we should give for our parents, gratitude we should give for our teachers, and gratitude for like all the people in your day-to-day your interaction with day-to-day people in your office or colleagues, or with your parents, with your children, because gratitude is something which will give boost and boost to your bonding, and it will actually express your character, because gratitude, it's a realization. If someone is doing good for you, and if you have some gratitude for them, it will actually express your character about what you feels about them, because that's a way to thanks to someone. One sec, there is a disturbance. One. Yes. So we should always express gratitude. Yes, we should always express our gratitude for all the good work done by our team member. We should be very humble to, and we should not be shy away to give our gratitude to everyone who do good things. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. It was a great speech, and as you correctly said, that we should always express our gratitude. It makes us also feel good, and also others gives happiness very much. So yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Amit. And Toastmaster Sudha, would you like to go? Yeah, which number
Yes, sir.
would you prefer?
So it's 1 to 10.
Yes, the numbers are 1 to 10, 1 to 12 actually, and 9 is done, 6 is done, and first is done.
5, please.
5. Okay. So the Toastmaster Sudha, your topic is your convocation is the end of your learning journey or the beginning of it. What do you think? Your convocation is the end of your learning journey or the beginning of it. What do you think, Toastmaster Sudha?
Yes. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guest, and in particular, my table topics master, who asked me a very, very introspective question in terms of whether my convocation is the end of a learning journey or the beginning of it. So this brings me back to the time when I did my second MBA degree, which was the executive MBA from SP Jain. And I was standing after about 15 years of corporate experience. I was standing on the stage with my family in front and cheering me to go ahead and take the convocation degree with my hat and, the robe and all that. And I remember I was feeling very, very mixed and very different from the people around me. Why? Because probably they said that, why is this person even requiring this degree after 15 years of experience? Or they must be thinking, wow, she's done another second degree. But for me, it was just a simple learning experience and nothing more than that. I think if we put on a hat where we are going to be a student for life, then a convocation is just a milestone. It doesn't mean anything in your life. It is just probably a moment where you are acknowledged for the efforts that you're putting in to get that degree in your pocket. But it doesn't mean anything else. According to me, that convocation is a more for a stamp or a tick in the box, but it is where the learning actually begins. Or in the case that I actually pointed out, it is the learning and the application and changing your game after 15 years of experience. What are you going to do with this EMBA, right? So I think it's all about how you look at what you get into your hands, or how you look at the perspective around which you place the events which are happening in your life. So convocation is surely not the beginning. It's not the end. It's just a phase. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha ma'am. I totally agree that convocation is just a stepping stone in your long journey of learning and success. So thank you very much. And now I request guest Anirudh also to take part in this. Would you like to take part?
Sure.
Yes. Which number would you like to choose? You can choose
I'll
anything.
choose. I'll
The
choose
white ones.
8.
8.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, number 8.
Guest Anirudh, your topic is which person inspires you and why? Which person inspires you and why? Guest Anirudh.
Hi, thanks for giving me the topic. So, I am very much inspired by my family. I'm very much inspired by parents, in fact. Why is that? Because I come from a very humble background. My dad did not have any resources to have proper education, shelter, or food. He struggled very hard during his childhood, very much during his childhood. And he never gave up, in fact. So he started his business from scratch. And again, coming to my mother, she also comes from a very poor background wherein she didn't have proper education. She worked very hard. She helped my dad in his business. They both struggled very hard to give us all the resources that will actually propel us in our life and also career. So because of them, I'm here. And I'd like to applaud all the parents who are doing everything they can to provide their children with whatever they want so that they can have a good and wonderful life. So in fact, not just my parents, I would like to thank all the parents who are willing and also struggling to give their kids a good life and a good future. And that's all about it. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you, guest Anirudh. Wonderfully said. We also thank all our parents, right? Every parent has done, he will do everything and has done everything for his or her child to give a bright future to his or her child, right? And yes, very inspiring words by guest Anirudh. Yes. Now we shall move ahead in our table topic session. Anybody would like to take more topics for today?
Yes, Raviraj, I'm there.
Yes.
I would like to go for-
Energetic Toastmaster Arbas, come on the floor.
No. Aha. Okay. Number
Which
11.
number would you choose? Number 11.
Yes.
Okay.
1. That's 2 times 1.
So, Toastmaster Arbas, your topic is, what is the one thing you would like to learn to do? What is the one thing you would like to learn to do, Toastmaster Arbas?
You mentioned at the get-go that I am very energetic. From where this energy comes from? It all starts here. The ability to control your mind, especially when you are under pressure, determines the extent of the success that you are going to most probably see in the future for yourself. The ability to control your emotions, not giving to situation. Yesterday only, while I went out to buy something for myself to eat, I met a lady. She asked me to come near her. I went near her. She asked, could you just take my scooty out from there, because a lot of people have actually parked their vehicle behind it and I'm actually finding it difficult to take it out from there. Could you? She handed me her keys. And I went without even thinking. You know, while I was trying to take that out, I actually felt 2-3 bites. Then I became sort of nervous, as in what I will do if she asks me to pay for it and if others start coming and start beating me up for falling their vehicles. But it didn't happen like that. She said, it happens. That was not your mistake. You didn't do it purposely. So yeah, just we have to accept this. We have to have this resilience in ourselves that whatever we do, even if we forget anything, even if we do any particular mistake, okay, let's take it with a pinch of salt. So this is the foremost ability that I would like to see for myself developing in the future. And I still believe that I have a little bit of it, but I would like to have more of it. So yeah, the ability to control your mind, your emotional state, your physical presence, and your confidence is to me the most dearest one. And I would like to really learn that. And it's when it comes to learning, it's a lifelong exercise. Okay, you can't just claim that, okay, I have learned this thing over. Not like that, not at all. You have to get through it throughout your life, and it only ends with the end of your breath.
Wow, wow, what a speech, what a speech. Actually, it is rightly said that once you conquer your mind, you have conquered everything in your life. And great speech by Toastmaster Arbas. I was really very motivated, even with your prepared speech and also your table topic speech. Thank you so much. And Toastmaster Tariq, would you like to choose? Or Toastmaster Kokila?
Yeah, I think so. This will be the last topic because we are running out of time. So I will take the last topic here.
Okay, Toastmaster of the day. Please go ahead and choose your number.
I can't see. Number 3.
Number 3. Okay. Toastmaster of the day, Kokila. What can you do today that you were not capable of a year ago? What can you do today that you were not capable of a year ago? Toastmaster of the day, Kokila.
Very good afternoon once again to all the Toastmasters and guests. A very good topic by Toastmaster, Table Topic Master. What can I do today which I was unable to do a year before? To speak very frankly, I can travel in Mumbai bus. I can travel in local trains. I can travel in metros. A year before, I was feeling it very difficult because my 20 years, last 20 years, have been spent in Oman, Muscat, where we had no transportation, only a personal transport car, a comfort zone, totally from a comfort zone. When here you have to travel and there is no option without traveling, you have to, when you want to reach to a nearby destination, as the Toastmaster said that he wants to travel from one place to another. This is, he wants to acquire those skills. The robots, even I feel that 1 year which I was having grudges in myself and was getting annoyed for not getting a bus or not getting a train on time. That all I've learned. But this is just the basic thing what I have learned in 1 year, that every day I feel that I should be a better person than what I'm yesterday. Have I contributed to my family, to my neighbors? After completing my families, have I contributed to nature? Have I become a better person than yesterday? That transformation and that learning is slowly developing in me, and it is a process which takes a longer time, and it is not a nightmare. When we meet people, when we come with different occasions, when we have good and bad times in our families as well as outside, every time we get a new perspective. And I believe that remaining optimistic and a positive towards any situation in a life is a learning and a key process towards success. I want to become a successful woman. Over to you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master Ravi Raj.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Kokila. It was a very wonderful speech. And as we have learned that we should always strive to improve ourselves every day, improve at least 1% every day from yesterday. Rightly said by you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Kokila, over to you again, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Ravi Raj. May I call upon the timer, Toastmaster Brijesh, for the timing criteria each table topic speaker has taken.
Sure, Toastmaster Kokila. I'll just share my screen since we had many participants. So we had 7 participants for the table topic segment, and every one of them qualifies. Toastmaster Brijesh, which is myself, took 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Toastmaster Samar took 1 minute 47 seconds. Toastmaster Amit took 1 minute 50 seconds. Guest Anirudh took 1 minute 35 seconds. Toastmaster Arbas took 1 minute 55 seconds. Toastmaster Sudha took 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Toastmaster Kokila took 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kokila.
Yes, moving ahead, the alchemy of nature. We saw a army of ants lugging a fly which was at least 10 times the ant size. The ants organized themselves around the fly, lifted it on frail feelers, and carried it to quite a distance. Their teamwork, their perseverance was very impressive. What if we too are consistent, organized, focused? The spider webs are delicate, they are yet very strong. A rainbow colors the entire sky. Oysters take in a grain of sand. They open up with a pearl. Innumerable stars shine in the infinite sky. Clouds take new shapes with every passing moment. The wind makes trees dance with unhindered passion. Water, without a hint of ego, changes its form according to the dictates of the sun and the wind. When we see a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, a flower turning into a fruit, we experience the alchemy of nature. We touch it and we ourselves become gold. That's the real end of the education, which makes us a true person, a character. So, according to me, the end of education is character building. And today we have met with such topics and dealt with such type of people here who have a different perspective towards the present education system. We all want to improve each day and become a better individual. Our session was being judged from the beginning towards the end. Now, my teacher, the general evaluator, Toastmaster Tariq said, will I hand over my session to him for our general evaluation segment. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Tariq said.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kokila. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody is doing fine. For the benefit of members and guests, I am the general evaluator and I conduct the evaluation portion of our meeting. We have reached to a state where whatever we have done in this particular meeting, I'm going to evaluate that. I'll be calling on a team to assist me with giving feedback to our speakers, and I will also evaluate the entire meeting at the end. Before that, I'll call upon the timer for giving the timing guidelines for the evaluation for the speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Tariq. For the evaluation section, the timing guidelines is 2 to 3 minutes. I'll show the green card at the end of 2 minutes, yellow card at the end of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and red card at the end of 3 minutes. We have a 30-second grace period on both the sides. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Tariq.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Sudha ma'am to evaluate the speech given by Toastmaster Arbaz. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudha.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Tariq. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and in particular, my speaker in context, Toastmaster Arbaz. Thinking positively isn't about expecting the best to happen only every time, but accepting whatever happens is the best for the moment. This was the message which Toastmaster Arbaz tried to infer in his speech and spread the message that everything happens for the good. And yes, how did he do it? He used it with a beautiful storytelling technique. And we are all storytellers. We are all networked with different stories that happen in our lives. So he built the connection with people. He also had drama. And drama is a way to attract attention. He did that beautifully. He did ask for feedback in terms of using vocabulary. Yes, you did have a lot of flowery words in your speech, like, he cannot harm anyone who's already injured. You had a lot of quotes other than that in your speech. You used props. Props was a very good way to attract attention, and that comes only with a prepared and a confident speaker. That also was a part of your speech. So overall, we all think that you have done an amazing job in conveying a message, which is everything happens for the good, and used all the resources possible in Toastmasters to convey the message. Kudos to that. Now, for this speech, if I had to kind of give you some suggestions where you can probably improve and step on to another level so that you become a better confident speaker, I think there were some aspects of restlessness in your movements, and that was a lot of distraction to the audience. I did mention in the beginning that we are going to be evaluating you for the body language, and body language also means that you need to control your movements in a way that it doesn't become distractive. So there were some distractive moments which you could have avoided. The other part was, see, communication is the responsibility of the person who's emitting the communication and not really the person who's receiving it. I think your story was not very clear. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if others felt the same. I didn't get the total gist of the story in terms of what were you trying to convey. There was an Alexander, there was a Bansal, there was a humiliating incident, and then you tried to consolidate it with the message. It was not very clear. So my suggestion to you is either make the story strong in the way that it connects with your final message. There was some missing links because of which the communication was not there in terms of how you're using the story to convey your message. The other aspect was you, of course, like I said, vocabulary was excellent. And drama, I mean, I think drama is great, but when it comes, it spoils the essence of a speech. Then we kind of look at it in a way that, are we listening to a speech or are we looking at a drama? So maybe you could have used drama, you used it very well, but maybe you could have toned it down a little bit so that people know the seriousness of the message and the speech. I think otherwise it was a very bold attempt on your part to convey a very beautiful message through a story, using props, using vocabulary, and also making sure that you come across as a confident speaker. I definitely hope that you take these feedback to your drawing board and get prepared for a better articulated speech and come forward with more that we can enjoy. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you,
next
to-
one is coming next Sunday, I think.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
The next speech, ma'am, is most probably coming next Sunday.
Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha, and congratulations for your speech, Arbaz. If I were to add few things based on my observation, my pointers would be you need to balance out between the drama and the speech so that the audience can understand about the point that you are trying to convey, because the speech is about what you want to convey. You want to, and what you want audience to take home. So after the end of this session, if I want to revise what I did for the entire day, right? At the end of the day, I should be able to grasp in terms of, what, this 2 minutes or 5 minutes of speech about Alex and Bansal and, this thing is actually telling me something and telling me that whatever happens, happens for the good. So any incidents happen after this session, I'll always think that, influencing by Arbaz's speech and then trying to find out whatever happens, happens for the good. So you need to balance that out for the speech. Also, your pronunciation, clarity of the speech, the props that you use, the stage presence, the body language was excellent. If you work on few things suggested by Toastmaster Sudha, I think you can probably do wonders. And don't try to rush your speech. That's what my advice would be to everybody. Practice a lot and then try to give the speech. It's going to elevate your the learnings as well as your speech delivery. So thank you, Toastmaster Arbaz. Moving ahead. For this meeting, it is important to get your message across in the allowed time and for the meeting to run according to the schedule. I would invite our timer, Toastmaster Brijesh, will now report on how we have done with the time. Toastmaster Brijesh, you may give your report.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Tariq. I'll just share my screen. Give me a minute. Yeah. So I've already shared the timing report for prepared speech and table topic session. For evaluation, Toastmaster Sudha took 3 minutes and 41 seconds, so she doesn't qualify. And apologies, I was not able to share my screen, and then I didn't want to.
See it actually. I was looking
Yeah.
for it. I didn't see it. So I said, okay, there's time. Okay, no worries.
So yeah, no, my bad. I was actually multitasking, so forgot to share the screen. Yeah, that's it. As far
Maybe
as
you
timing
can say my
guidelines.
evaluation was so grasping for you. You forgot to put the time screen on.
Ah.
As always.
It is always, when Toastmaster Sudha, Tariq, or Toastmaster Vishal give their evaluations, you get engrossed in it. The grammarian in me, tries to find out any loopholes, but I just keep on populating the good usage of words. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Tariq. Sorry, am I audible? Tariq, you are on mute.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh. Moving ahead, I would like to welcome the next role player, who is our counter, who tracks the use of verbal pauses, those ahs and ohms that come out of our mouths while we think of the next thing that we want to say and detract audience from our message. I would like to invite our counter of the day for giving his report.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tariq, and I'll share the screen for this. I can't share. Toastmaster Teachers, can you just give me the access?
Yeah, I'll just give you that access. Moment. Give me a moment, please. So Toastmaster Samarth, I've made you the co-host.
Thank you.
You can try sharing a screen now.
Is it visible?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah.
I will just start this. So this is the our counter report, and I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Albas for having a flawless speech. There were no R's or any filler words, and Toastmaster Vijay has had 2 hours in his intro speech, and Toastmaster Raviraj Kamble had 2 hours. Toastmaster Tariq had 1 hour, and me as a counter I had 4 hours. So I also counted myself, and this is the final report. So yes, thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Tariq. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samarth, for this exhaustive report. It really helps us to clear our speech, find out where we are making mistakes, and then try to improve. So thank you so much for that. Moving ahead, the next we'll hear from the word master and grammarian, Toastmaster Brijesh, who has been tracking our use of the word for the day and listening for good uses of the language, as well as points for the improvement. Toastmaster Brijesh, you may give your report. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Tariq. I'll start with word of the day. I was able to count 2 people using word of the day, Toastmaster Arbas and Toastmaster Kokila. I was slightly disappointed with this because it was an easy word of the day. I wanted more people to leverage it. Next, I'll move on to my grammarian report. So every time I take the role of grammarian, it's always feels good because I come across so many good usage of words. And just to list out today, I came across words like precisely, to the point, eventualities, tit for tat, whatever happens, happens for the good. That would be my takeaway, Toastmasters Arbas, from today's meeting. Alchemy of nature, student for life, learning and application and changing the game, propel, optimistic, emitting the communication. That was a very good way to showcase this thought, Toastmaster Sudha. Elevate your learnings. I feel every time I attend a Toastmaster meeting, I am elevating my learnings. Now coming to not so correct usage, I came across few instances. So to begin with, it was mentioned education is a big weapon to improve society. I would not call it as a weapon because weapon is used to harm the society. I would rather use some positive construct over there. So I would rather, maybe call it medicine may not sound good, but something like a medicine or it's a transformation to improve the society. I would not associate weapon with it. Next, someone mentioned to be a better at every task. I would rather put it as to become better. So you don't be better, you become better. Or you say you be a better version of yourself. Then it was mentioned whenever rainy day comes, we get a holiday. I would rather say whenever rainy day arrives. Instead of comes, I would use arrives. That's a better way of using it. Then it was mentioned we are always wanting. Instead of wanting, we always want to, or we are always eager to. Then it was mentioned we met such topics. Instead of met, I think we should use we came across such topics. Then someone in the speech used we should give gratitude. I think we do not give gratitude, we become grateful, or we are grateful. So that's a better way to show it, express it actually. Then it was used gratitude will express your character. I think gratitude doesn't express your character, it expresses your thoughts, and that in turn enhances your character. So a better way to put it is gratitude will help you express your thoughts and thereby enhance your character. That's it from me. Unfortunately, I was multitasking, so I would have missed few good as well as incorrect instances. But it was overall a great meeting and I came across many new words. So thank you, everyone. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Tariq.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bijesh, for this exclusive, exhaustive report. It helps a lot to people. The words cannot describe that because these are the learnings that we take home after the session. So thank you for that. I will start with my general evaluation now. But before I start with my general evaluation for this particular meeting, I would like to show my gratitude to Toastmaster Brijesh for taking multiple roles for this particular meeting. It's an I can tell you that this is not an easy job. You are Zoom master, you are grammarian, you are timer, you are PO as well, right? So it's kind of I'm seeing multiple roles in a movie where you come, you deliver, you go, you come, you deliver, and you excel in all of those. So amazing showing of resilience for taking these roles, and I'm sure like few of the roles would be from the last moment. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Bijesh. I would also suggest to leverage other team members, other role players, other Toastmasters to delegate some of the responsibilities so that you don't burn out, right? So the next time that you conduct a meeting, you should not think that, oh, somebody is dropped out now. What should I do? I should take all the responsibilities. No, you should delegate that to somebody else as well. So that would probably be helpful for the others also when they can take the last minute role and be cautious about everybody's responsibility. So thank you for that. Now I'll start with my general evaluation. First thing, we started 10 minutes late, but this is an improvement from starting 20 minutes late. So I take that as a positive part for our meeting. We used to start 15-20 minutes late, and in the offline mode also we used to start 30 minutes late, right? But now it is like we started bang on 10 minutes late, which is 11:10, which was good. We should continue to try to start the meeting on time. One of the way to do is when you send out the notification to the Toastmaster Club members, you should actually tell that the meeting would start at 10:55. So role players as well as the speakers should join at 10:55, do their audio video check, make sure that everything is perfectly fine. And at sharp 11, we should be starting the meeting. So that would be, good for all of the team members because we respect everybody's time. The theme was excellent. So we'll move to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kokila. The theme was excellent, making sure that everybody's view about the education is being heard. I learned a lot of things about education, the perspectives of the education. So education is not just about degree, but the education is also about the wisdom that you get, the maturity that you get, the resiliency that you get, right, as part of going through the education journey. And then we all feel and we all believe that education is about life. So it's never ending. It's always be there with you. You educate yourself, you educate others, you grow, you learn, and learning is never going to be stopped. So that is something that I like about the theme. uh, One thing that if I suggest, I would suggest that you introduce the role players, and while introducing the role players, you could have taken their view about the education. So your particular speech should be like for around 10 to 12 minutes as per the Toastmasters speech guidelines. And after that, when you introduce the other Toastmasters and the role players, you should ask about their views and reviews about what do you think about the education? What is your perspective about the education, right? So that would give them also an engaging conversation in the meeting. Also, all of the role players uh, did their job very well. They maintained the time of the speech, evaluation, roles, right? Role players to introduce the roles also. So that actually went very well in my view. Even if we have 9 members, right? Everybody knows what they need to do exactly, right? And on time. So that was very well. In some of the cases where the timer cards were not shown on the screen, but that's fine. We all understand the glitches and we all understand the challenges that Toastmaster Bijesh must be facing, because he's focusing on the Toastmaster meeting also. He's focusing on various different things, and that's the reason I requested for delegating the role. You could have given it to me for one of the role, so that would be better. Um, Apart from that, I would suggest, okay, apart from that, the tag role players, our counter, word master, table topic master, timer, everything, and every role player was excellent. One thing I would suggest is you put the word of the day into Zoom chat as well, so that people who are chatting would also kind of remind themselves that they need to use somewhere. And I'm sure in this Toastmaster Club, nobody's novice. Nobody knows about the word of the day that they need to use and take some brownie points out of this meeting. So that would be better, right? In that way. And sometimes you need to market. You need to market word of the day. You need to encourage people to use word of the day, right? So putting it into the messaging chat, I think that would help people. Another point that I would like to bring up, and this is what from my experiences, you should have listener of the day role as well, right? So as per the Toastmaster guidelines, the listener of the day role is basically listens the entire meeting, and at the end of the day spend just 2 minutes to ask 2 questions from the meeting. It could be anything. It could be from the speech, it could be from the table topic, it could be anything. So, and then we announce the listener of the day who answers that question most, right? So if there are ties, we can have 3 questions, but then that would have everybody's focus on the meeting as well as part of the listener of the day program. So that would probably be very interesting for the guest also to join and understand how the meeting is going to be conducted. Um, the goal of Toastmasters meeting on every Sunday is to educate, elevate, and entertain. And this particular meeting, I'm sure everybody got educated, got elevated, and got entertained as well. So that's my report as a general evaluator. I would hand over to Toastmaster of the day, Kokila, and thank you everyone for the great meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tariq Sheikh, for a very detailed report of the general evaluation. We have noted down the points which you have mentioned that we should be including in our forthcoming sessions. The theme of today, the end of education is character, was my topic for participating in Sri Satya Sai organization inter-college uh, essay writing competition when I was in grade 12 in KJ Somaya College of Arts and Commerce. As one of the table topic master had told that we can include mathematics with arts, and I have done BA with mathematics. I have done MA with English, and I'm teacher of maths as well as English both. So it is not on what they will prescribe our curriculum. It is what you want to do at what hour and how you want to teach the students. Since 30 years, I am teaching students of Mumbai as well as Omani students. I have understood that You learn so many things when you are close with them. Your real education is when you are hidden. Hidden, every child and every individual has a hidden talent. As an educationist, we bring out that hidden talent and we become an instrument. We bring out means we are an instrument for focusing on his hidden talent. A student on the Teacher's Day had gifted me a very nice pen. Along with that pen, he had also, when I opened that cover of the pen, you will not be able to see, but it was written watch, WATCH. As I was eagerly waiting. What does that WATH synonym mean? He had written very nicely that watch your words, actions, thoughts, characters, and heart. This message was given to me before 20 years, but still today I remember that pen also I have preserved it. Along with that, the paper also I have preserved it. It's just not a note of advice or not just a good thought, but it is really prevalent with today's theme that we have forgotten to watch our words, actions, thoughts, character, and heart. If we try and start watching, then that watch which is giving us the time, that time is going to pass. We are going to become old. We are going to change from one person to the another person. But our character will speak in the end. I am very happy that as the Toastmaster of the day, General Evaluator had given an insight. How can I improve on my role as the Toastmaster of the day? And I was very happy to be a part of today's session and with you all. I hand over the further session to our PO, Toastmaster Brijesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kokila. So I would just want to move around room and get feedback from Anirudh. So Anirudh, you joined us slightly late, so I was not able to introduce you at the start of the meeting. I would just want to know how did you come across our club? We've heard the story from Toastmasters Kokila, but wanted to hear from you as well. How did you landed up at Goregaon and what brought you here? How was your meeting experience?
Yes. Hi. So my full name is Anirudh Elhe, and I'm from Hyderabad. I came to Mumbai 1.5 years back for my job, and then I've been working here for a while, so I've been exploring Mumbai and all. And I was looking for events, local events where I can connect with the Mumbai community. And I came across Toastmaster Mulund Club, and I was told that since it would be very far from where I live, I stay in Andheri. So they suggested me to go to Toastmasters Goregaon. And there I met Kokila ma'am, and it was a good meeting there. And she suggested me some online meetings, which would really be helpful in connecting with the Toastmasters community, who would help me out in improving my communication skills and also leadership skills. So ma'am shared the link with me, and I have attended the meeting. I think the meeting is really insightful. It was I have learned a lot. It's not just about communication, but also about the character and that we would be building when we communicate with others. There are going to be a lot of takeaways and learnings from in each and every conversation. So that's what I understood. I have learned a lot by listening to the perspectives of each and every speaker. And I thank each and every Toastmaster for having me here. And the session was really amazing and great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anirudh, for a wonderful and detailed feedback. And believe me, you don't sound novice as far as public speaking is concerned. You are definitely a very good speaker. We would love to have you on board, and our VP membership will reach out to you. I'm already seeing him smiling on the camera. So thank you, Anirudh. So before I move on, I just launched the polls. So I'll start with table topic speaker. Everyone, please share your votes. Okay. We still have a couple of votes remaining. Okay. Thank you. I'll end the poll. Next, I'll launch the poll for best tag role player. So everyone, please share your votes. Okay, I'll stop the polls. Next, I'll launch the poll for best of big three. Would request everyone to share their votes. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Since we had only one speaker, I would not be sharing, doing the polling for it. And we had only one evaluator as well. So since all the polls are completed and we have taken guest feedback as well, I would want to share the results. So to begin with, for best table topic speaker, I'm not sure if this has happened previously. We actually have 3 winners. Any guesses? Like, see, the odds of you being correct is very high, right? You have three winners to choose from.
Toastmaster Brijesh.
Okay, no other guesses?
Arbaz?
Okay, I would reveal the names. So it is Toastmaster Arbas, Toastmaster Sudha, and Toastmaster Brijesh. So congratulations, everyone. I don't remember seeing three winners for a single section, but thank you, everyone. Next, we have best tag role player. So for the best tag role player, it is Toastmaster Brijesh, and I've been awarded for the grammarian role. I believe I missed the sharing the timing screen, so people didn't love the timer job of me, but thank you, everyone. Next, we have best of big three. Any guesses? Again, this was a closely fought contest. But the best of big three goes to General Evaluator Toastmaster Tariq. Congratulations, Toastmaster Tariq. And I've been part of Toastmasters for last 1 year. Honestly, I've not seen someone at General Evaluator taking up this best of big three. So it speaks volumes about how good evaluation job you've done. So thank you very much. And again, it was a tough choice. So Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kokila, and Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Raviraj. You don't have to lose your heart out. It was a fab job done by everyone. So as the theme of the day goes, we are all educating ourselves to ensure that we propel ourselves to become a better version of ourselves. So that is the thought I would go away with.